Who Am I is an episode of Mr. Robot and is shown as the first episode of the series finale. In my opinion, this episode is the top 3 episodes of the entire series and is very underrated. I'll tell you why it's such a good episode and why it deserves to be praised as these other 2 episodes. The initial part of the story revolves around Elliot's introduction to a new reality. Like many of us, he initially rejects the idea that White Rose's vision of a better parallel world could be valid. In this alternate reality, his father Edward is alive and thriving as a successful computer repairman, while Elliot himself is an only child, and Darlene doesn't exist. This raises questions about the concept of a perfect world, and whether Darlene's absence implies a better outcome. Initially, there's speculation that Darlene might not have been real at all, perhaps just another manifestation of Elliot's fractured psyche. Elliot's perspective swiftly changes when he discovers that Angela, whom he believed dead, is alive in this world and set to marry him. This realization prompts Elliot to reconsider his resistance to this new reality, especially as he spends time with Angela's parents, Emily and Philip Price. Through these interactions, Elliot begins to entertain the possibility of a life where he follows the path of happiness and secures a fresh start. However, Elliot becomes increasingly aware that his own troubled presence is disrupting the harmony of this idyllic world, as evidenced by the earthquakes triggered by his moments of panic. In the end, Elliot comes to the realization that another version of himself already exists in this alternate reality. Determined to uncover any flaws in this seemingly flawless doppelganger, he embarks on a thorough search of his own apartment. Eventually, his persistence pays off when he stumbles upon a concealed partition on his computer. Through some hacking wizardry, he gains access and finds a series of images that depict himself, his world, the people he once knew. It's revealed that this alternate Elliot had concocted a superhero-esque fantasy version of himself, complete with an anarchist hacker group named F Society, all born out of sheer boredom. Elliot is taken aback when he comes face to face with this unexpected character embodiment of his own creation. More surprising than discovering alternate Elliot's hidden partition and its profound implications is the twist introduced so late in the story. Elliot asserts that he felt compelled to take drastic action, suggesting that the tremors were caused by the coexistence of 2 versions of himself within a single reality. However, his decision to eliminate his alternate self was undeniably self-serving. Despite his initial reluctance to accept this alternate reality as genuine, Elliot finds himself coveting everything his other self possesses: the ideal parents, the love of his life, and a world seemingly better than his own. Now that his other self is deceased, Elliot sees this newfound existence as rightfully his to claim. Taking the story in such a surprising direction right before its conclusion is quite shocking. However, I admire Sam Esmail's boldness in taking risks and staying true to his creative vision. Releasing these final episodes back-to-back was a smart move, as the cliffhanger ending leaves viewers eagerly anticipating the next installment, craving to see what unfolds next immediately. Like I said, this episode is very underrated, and a lot of people didn't understand what happened. The story and twist in this episode were phenomenal. Thanks for watching. See you in some next videos.